going on, guys? This is Straight Ace, and I told you I was gonna bring you that video, that Moze build, but I utilized two builds. One is pretty much chaos when I'm going into killing AoE mobs or just a big group of mobs, doing the slaughterhouse, and one is the ultimate boss killer. I'm a huge fan of splash damage, so if you expected me to have a build that's around like a kind of a single target ammo type without any splash damage, I'm sorry, that's not me. I like the chaotic modes of just bringing down havoc of grenades and AoE damage. So we're gonna go forward. This is pretty much my boss killer here. It uses the bottomless mag. It's pretty much using fire damage, um, increase fire damage here, and I'm pretty much just gonna make it real quick. And why I use these abilities pretty much. Using bottomless mag, the most important tree that I'm honestly trying to get is right here. Is when Moze gains infinite ammo for a few seconds after exiting Iron Bear, because say like you are farming Grave Ward and you really need that access, the access damage, extra damage going into him when you are exiting out of the Iron Bear. I use the rocket launcher. That's what I use mostly. I tried to find a rocket launcher that had stickies, and it's not too many rocket launchers that have that. So if you play at Moze and you finally found a rocket launcher that has the option to have sticky, keep it. Do not sell it. I have yet to come across too many of those, maybe like two or three, and actually they were sent to me in my mail for just killing mobs with the toy weapons or whatever. So basically, this is my main goal here, is to get the infinity ammo with Excellent Iron Bear. I like the increased magazine size. Of course, I like the fire rate and the critical damage. You have to understand that when it means by critical hit damage, it's critical from any kind of ammo. A lot of people think that it's just guns. No, it includes grenades as well, grenades, rocket launchers, and all that jazz. Going from that tree, we go into the Demolition Woman, and this is pretty much my favorite tree out of all of it. You get the bonus fire, you get the increased splash damage, which has a chance to add ammo, which is really good. Um, the double in size and the splash damage. So even if like you're not hitting a crit area when you are shooting, the splash damage that you are hitting with usually is a critical hit, no matter what. Of course, after most X's Iron Bear, I have to keep that because there's a lot of a good anointing gear that utilizes keeping the Iron Bear when exiting. It's kind of sucky anyway, but it's still good because once I show you why, you have an understanding why. Because people complain that, man, my Iron Bear gets one shot. My Iron Bear is just it just get obliterated once I exit out. Well, the secret is in the demolition tree is that right here is that whenever Moses damages the enemy with thrown grenades, for every enemy hit, she restores a portion of her missing health. This is not only actually for you. I don't know if it's broken or not, but it tends to also heal the Iron Bear. I don't know how or whatever, but it does. Usually when I have grenades out, usually right now I will say the best grenades for Moze is any kind of MRV MIRV grenade, like the recurring hex, the MRV hex, the storm grenade, any kind of chain grenade or AoE grenade that's constantly, bouncing, sticking to enemies. And I use the MRV shock grenade. So I mean it you throw it out, it splits into three. Well, it splits into two, then three actually. And it's tracking and it sticks to targets. So I'm constantly regenerating health. And usually if I am about to die and I jump into my mech suit, Um, and my mech is taking damage. For some apparent reason, the mech is getting healed as well, even though it just says Moze on here. Whenever Moze damages the enemy with throwing grenades, every enemy hit, she restores a portion of her missing health. I think maybe it's bugged or it's written wrong, but whenever I exit out of my Iron Bear and I have grenades thrown out before I get into the Iron Bear, my mech it stays there the entire duration until it pretty much explodes itself by targeting the enemy. Of course, I got to increase Mo's grenade carrying capacity. I must have this because they caters to the Mo's infinite grenade throwing and whatnot. Also, I like this, the second wind, the fighting for your life, because grenades is pretty much any kind of AoE splash damage. Weapons, grenades is your best friend when using these two trees together. So, throwing grenades while you're down, you're going to melt any enemy because one, your grenades is hitting double the splash damage. That means pretty much double the crit, double the damage. And of course, when you go into your Guardian ranks, you have Halo Point, where you used to have Halo Point, but the perk is being taken away at the moment. Killing an enemy with a critical hit causes an explosion around them. So basically, your grenades always crit. So killing an enemy with a grenade causes them to explode, meaning increased explosion because that actually caters to the skill tree of the double size of explosion. So really, you're killing a big swarm of enemies. Now, I would say the only problem was with the hollow point is that you can accidentally kill yourself. And with Moze, you kill yourself a lot because of you just don't know how big the AoE radius is because it's not really shown up on the map. It's not really shown on the ground. The big, how big your radius is when you're doing spamming AoE types abilities such as grenades and splash damage. Because there's many times that I actually stopped using the flagger because I was killing myself with the flagger. So pretty much this is my boss killer build, and I'm going to show you how I utilize this. So we're gonna actually just keep the video rolling. Right now it's on impact. This thing actually scared me, so we're gonna go in we're gonna go to grave, the floating tomb, of course. One of the reasons he's easy to kill because he doesn't have a phase, and that is such a good thing that he doesn't have a phase. So pretty much just make sure you got you full. You gotta jump in, call out a mech, run, shoot a couple of times, exit out, go basically aim right down the middle, and then that's it. He's dead. Actually, he been dead. Really, I didn't even have to shoot that much. He was already gone. This is, oh my goodness, it's a MRVX. Oh my goodness. Oh my, it's another MRVX. Do you realize how? Oh my goodness. Wow, if you could just see my reaction, I just grabbed my head and I'm so surprised that, this is honestly my second hex ever. Oh wow, this is my second hex, because this is like, even, well, actually it's my first because I traded someone just to get this one, just to get the shock, even though it's radiation. Where is it? Oh my. Wow. Such a great kill. Such a great kill.
Ooh, gimme, gimme.
Uh, wow, recording. Let's keep recording. Let's see how good. Let's see how good this Luke is. Then we're gonna get with the guns. I pretty much can show you the guns here, but we're gonna run up in here. We're gonna see. Maybe he thinks I'm streaming. It's like give him that streaming loot. All right, nothing. I heard a purple. Nothing. All right, we got nothing. All right, guns that I'm using with this build is pretty much. This is pretty much the. I love this gun so much, and it got me out, of deep trouble. Other than killing myself, I basically use the double penetrating pwn. It's anointed. The next two magazines have 40% damage, incendiary damage, which is just wonderful. Um, I use the influential, the butcher. I love the butcher shotgun. It was the only shotgun that I could use that wasn't like killing myself. Um, Whenever I am not using the rocket launcher, I am using the burning flacker. Yes, I have a flacker with elemental damage on it. That is right. That is right. Not too many people have a flacker with elemental damage, which is actually very surprising. I have the Rowan's Call. I wish it was anointed, but it's not. I really don't use it too much. Um, and that's pretty much it as far as I'm using. I know you probably looking at, oh, what about this weapon? Yes, I use it sometimes. Really, the only time I actually use this weapon is when I am on fire myself because of the damage boost right here. When suffering elemental effect, you increase your damage with the same element. So if I accidentally set myself on fire, I pretty much can bring out the crossroad and it would dissolve any target that I aiming at. But only time I actually use this and is when I'm on fire. Other than that, I bounce it between the potent raisin thorn, the butcher, and the flacker. And as you see, I have a lot of butchers. Why I do not know, but I do, and I keep the brawlers ward because I was testing out some builds, trying to see if I could get a higher shield. But as of right now, I use the front loader. I really like the front loader. Um, I use the blood letter. I love this. The weapon critical, the weapon damage, the grenade radius is amazing, especially with an MRV hex. I mean, it connects everybody. Like nobody is going to escape. Period. And I use the elemental projector deathless. When this dropped for me, I literally was so excited because like I am in the Discord group for the Borderlands community or whatnot, and everybody want the elemental deathless. And so far in the group, it was maybe like four of us that had the elemental deathless. Now, do I have other deathless? Of course I do. Um, Now you're probably wondering why I don't use Mo's um other tree, which is here, the Shield of Retribution, because I do not use it because of the front loader, the deathless, and the grenades always heal. So most of the time, I'm actually out healing the damage that is being received. But we are going to discuss my slaughterhouse build, which we are about to do right now. All right, this is the slaughterhouse build. Now, the only difference is that I'm using damage reduction because depending on the slaughterhouse, especially the one I can't think of there, but there is a lot of anointed, and it gets on my nerves. And they have the ability to like one shot you. Some of them do. This really helps with that. The damage reduction plus the gun damage. From here we go into the drowning in brass, which is actually a party buff, which is actually really good. It guns damage. It decreases the fire stack or whatnot, but it's still really good. Now, this is what's really important right here, because you can switch out from using the elemental deathless and use the grave, because grave increases gun damage by like 25%. It increase splash damage, increase. I could just show you. Stop talking after this to just show you. And of course, the 10% damage bonus into fire damage. I'm a huge fan of fire damage. I don't know why. It's just cool because basically it's a passive. I mean, why not take advantage of a passive? So we go from the shield of retribution tree, and of course we go from more increased fire damage and more fire damage, because really to me, one of the best ways of playing Moze is actually not being in the open. You can be in the open, you can be in the forefront, but what's really nice with Moze is that you have one of the strongest elemental damage in the game. You could constantly burn people, so say if you got shock grenade or the radiation or corrosive, you could throw that out there, shoot with corrosive weapon, and they still catch fire. I haven't played the other, heroes or vault hunters in the game to know exactly what they do yet, but I know Moze has a great advantage with giving double, triple elemental effects at one time, in which you can just throw grenades, hide in a corner or whatever, stay away from damage, and still put out so much damage, then to me, other vault hunters, to the ones that I have played with, or even just randoms, it just seems like I'm doing work, I'm putting in work, but every vault hunter that is in the game have their perks or whatever, what they good at. So of course I'm going for increased damage, and of course I'm staying with the demolition woman tree. Nothing changed here. Still got the auto bear, still got the 3, got the 1 in the ace in the card, fighting for the life, and down here for the secondary explosion, which is really, really good. So you still got the bonus incendiary damage from the demolition woman. You got the incendiary damage from the shield of retribution. You got the bottomless mag, the incendiary damage, because come on, it's fire damage. It's free fire damage. You don't have to have fire on the gun. So you still have. So basically, you have awesome dot damage. You have great single target damage from taking damage or whatnot. If you use a grave, that's even better. You can, so a boss come up, you need to single target something. You really don't need to do splash damage. So you have really have options. Pretty much Moze is like the ace card. You see what I'm saying? This class, this Vault Hunter was made for me. Yeah, whatever. It's pretty much the jack of all trades, but good at every single thing. AoE, single target, multi-target. Said it easy, said and done. So that is my Moze build. Both of my Moze build, what I use for single target, what I use for slaughterhouse, what I use to melt bosses. So you guys, you Vault Hunters out there, hope you appreciate the video. I appreciate you watching. If you want more content, please like and subscribe. And you know how I say it, this is Straight Ace, and I screw all that up. You know what? Just bomb it. Peace.